lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone.
You have problematic influencers who don't even engage in politics or do basic research into who Charlie Kirk actual was, such as equestrian influencer RaleighLink on YouTube, who made one of the most ignorant YouTube videos I've ever seen.
If you support the shooting of Charlie Kirk, the assassination of it, please unfollow me. And I'm dead serious about that. I don't want you following me. I think you're a literal sick individual in the head. I do not support gun violence in any form to anybody. I'm not a political person. You guys know this. Not only do I not talk about politics hardly ever, if at all, I don't think I ever have on my channel. I do not partake in voting at all. I mean, if anybody looks up my voting record, I've never voted. I understand where all people are coming from, and I look at people with empathy and humanity, that people on all sides, no matter what you believe, are deserving of love and respect. I'm sure there's going to be some of you in the comments down below relentlessly attacking me, saying that I'm sticking up for a fascist or whatever, believing that someone deserves to die for their opinions, no matter how extreme they are, is fascism. If you think it's okay that he was murdered for his opinion, you're a fascist. Again, I'm not a political person. Please, just for the love of God, if I lose several thousands of people over this video, thank freaking God. I am so sick of literal crazy people. And you guys are all hypocrites for sitting there saying that, oh, well, Charlie Kirk was a bad person and had these opinions about, yeah, and you're condoning someone murdering him. So, like, you're no better, dude. Like,
Hey guys, it's me here, Comrade Lavender. And today I wanted to make a following up video. The video I made about the YouTube video. I made about pure evil Charlie Kirk files deep dive in that video. I talked about Raleigh. And since then she has made more videos spewing even more ignorant statements and gaslighting her own subscribers, so in this video, I want to respond to her claims. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos related to this topic will be on the screen right now, if after this video you want to check them out. So let's get started into this YouTube video topic. RaleighLink, the equestrian YouTuber, doubles down after getting backlash rightfully, so for her support of Charlie Kirk and her crazy claims she made in her YouTube video about his assassination. In this new YouTube video she uploaded, she claims, "Fascists don't debate people on college campuses." RaleighLink was getting served backlash from her YouTube audience after posting her Charlie Kirk video, which is one of the most ignorant YouTube videos I've ever seen. She lost over 2,000 subscribers on her channel for refusing to acknowledge that what Charlie Kirk was putting out was pure hate speech. Charlie Kirk was not sharing opinions, he was spewing hate towards minorities. He was spreading dangerous rhetoric that gets innocent people unalived. He was a racist and a bigot. And he also, Charlie Kirk, spearheaded the right-wing youth movement in recent years, using his social media platforms and organization Turning Point USA to spread anti-trans, misogynist, racist, and anti-worker ideas. She admitted she had no idea who Charlie Kirk even really was and didn't know much about him, but automatically took the side of this, is a quote she posted to her YouTube posts section, and how she felt. "Sorry, I haven't posted any videos this week. While I don't consider myself a political person, and I'm neutral when it comes to politics, I am someone who shares my opinions openly online with the hope of making the world a better place, so I have to say this. The assassination of YouTuber and political commentator Charlie Kirk is unbelievably shocking, sickening, and heartbreaking, not just for his friends and family, but for everyone who enjoys freedom. It should never be condoned by anyone. Freedom and democracy mean allowing people to share their ideas without threats of violence. Every one of us, you, me, and anyone else, should be able to voice our opinions on any subject without fearing for our lives. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. No one deserves to die for speaking their mind. This assassination strikes at the very heart of democracy around the world. I am so sickened to see all of the sad and pathetic individuals cheering this on. Karma is real. If you condone this kind of violence, unfollow me immediately. I don't want your support. This is the exact reason why I do not support stan culture. It's just so crazy how someone can be this ignorant, and I honestly cannot fathom being neutral during this current climate, because if you are neutral in situations of injustice, You are taking the side of the oppressor by passively allowing the problematic things to continue. I've been following this YouTuber for quite some time. I can't say I'm surprised by this at all, because I've made a YouTube video about her in the past about how RaleighLink is wrong for this. Selling out for money. Established titles drama, where she basically said before deleting all the posts and videos she made about this situation that she would continue to work with this scam of a company, even if they were scamming her own fans. This is very disturbing, all these people defending this vile man. Kirk, a controversial figure in many U.S. circles, was known for his uncompromising stance on abortion, a position that often drew both fervent support and fierce criticism. He had a history of making inflammatory, racist, and controversial remarks against Indians, women, trans people, and Palestinians. He had also remarked that gun deaths are worth it in order for the U.S. to continue having the Second Amendment. Following the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the fascist political operative whose activities were lavishly funded by billionaire oligarchs, and for which he was paid millions of dollars, he has been posthumously elevated to the status of a national hero. Once again emulating the propaganda tactics of Hitler and Goebbels, the Trump administration is portraying Kirk as a political martyr, an American version of the German fascist Horst Wessel. Kirk spearheaded the right-wing youth movement in recent years, using his platform and organization Turning Point USA to spread anti-trans, misogynist, racist, and anti-worker ideas. Kirk's passing away will embolden Trump and the far right to unleash even more repression against the political left and the oppressed than they have so far.
Something I mentioned in my last video is that I am not someone who was familiar with Charlie Kirk, and honestly, it didn't matter because this guy was just sharing his opinions regardless of how inflammatory people think his opinions are on college campuses. The common criticism that I received in my last video for literally standing up for somebody who was murdered and people were celebrating it was that I need to educate myself more. Oh my God, Raleigh, I can't believe you would say that. I can't believe you would stick up for a Nazi. I can't believe that you wouldn't vote. I can't believe that you would take this stance. This isn't it. You need to educate yourself. You guys missed the mark so hard. So for all of the people who were commenting on my last video saying that I needed to educate myself, you need to educate yourself. Someone who was literally just sharing his opinion, and I do not care what anybody says. If you honestly believe that this man was doing anything other than sharing his opinion on college campuses, you're being manipulated. You just are. And that's coming from someone who's politically in the middle. I'm literally politically neutral. He's not a Nazi. Get out of here with that. I'm so sick of people saying that this guy was a Nazi. Nazis don't go around to college campuses debating people and sharing their differences. That's absolutely insane that people would call him a Nazi.
RaleighLink tried to claim once again ignorantly that fascists don't come onto political college campuses and debate or spread their ideology on college campuses. This is a very uneducated bad take about the matter. Yes, the Nazi Party aggressively targeted and influenced German college students on campuses through dedicated student organizations, purges of faculty and curriculum, and overwhelming indoctrination. In 1926, the Nazis founded the National Socialist German Students' League, NSDStB, to spread party doctrine at universities. By 1931, the League had gained control of the German Student Union. Before coming to power in 1933, the Nazis used existing nationalist and anti-Semitic student sentiments to build a solid base of support within universities. Germany's 1933 civil service law applied to university professors as well as elementary and secondary school teachers. It was not difficult for the Nazis to win the support of many university professors, administrators, and students. At the time, a majority of them backed conservative political parties that were hostile to the Weimar Republic. Many university professors immediately welcomed the Nazi-led government in 1933. Many student fraternities and other student groups already banned Jews and regularly protested against professors they believed did not support supposed traditional German values. Scholars who were Jewish or supported left-leaning parties struggled to find research and teaching positions in public, government-supported German universities, and often worked in private ones instead. With the passage of the new law, the Nazis attempted to root out any dissent to their policies and ideology that remained in German higher education. Frankfurt was the first university the Nazis tackled, precisely because it was the most self-confidently left of major German universities, with a faculty that prided itself on its allegiance to scholarship, freedom of conscience, and democracy. The Nazis knew that control of Frankfurt University would mean control of German academia, and so did everyone at the university. According to historian Richard Evans, 15% of university teachers had lost their jobs by fall 1933. Most were fired because of their political beliefs, while a third of those fired were dismissed because they were Jewish. Several world-famous German scientists were fired or left their positions at universities and research institutions across the country. Pressure to join the Hitler Youth. While college students were targeted by the Students' League, many were already members of the Hitler Youth. Before membership became mandatory in 1939, students who did not join faced strong pressure, taunts, and the risk of being refused their diplomas. The Nazis changed the core curriculum to emphasize sports, history, and racial science as the most important subjects. In 1936, sport was taught for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours every school day. By 1938, this had been increased to 5 hours every day. Hay introduced new textbooks which were often racist and promoted ideas such as the need for Lebensraum. Any textbooks used to educate students had to be approved by the party. I think it's wild AF that she's continuing to doubling down, gaslight, and call her subscribers toxic for pointing out how toxic Charlie Kirk was and how much hate speech he was spewing. She's one to call anybody toxic she admitted in both of these videos to saying she didn't know much about Charlie Kirk or his politics. I don't understand how hard it is to do basic research on a topic. Before making such ignorant, ill-informed YouTube videos, it's disturbing. She just gaslights her subscribers who were giving genuine criticism towards her.